Hello, beautiful. Honestly, they keep leaving these garages open. I'm gonna pull up and put one of my cars in here, bro. Keep playing. Shoot. All right, what is on the agenda today? So, we need to work on getting these lights off the dash because I'm tired of looking at them. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take both wheels over to our boys at Next Level Tires, and they're gonna swap the sensors from these wheels over to these wheels. Now, I know what you're saying. Why are you gonna take the sensor out of these? What if you wanna put them back on the car? You're gonna run into the same issue. Well, I don't plan on putting these wheels back on. So we're gonna go ahead and load these in the car and let's head over there. At least I'm able to at least fit one back here comfortably, maybe. Gotta put a towel because we're not trying to mess up our strut tire little panel. Then we gotta put one in here. Make sure that we don't mess up our seat. Probably should have grabbed more than one towel, but we gotta order what we got. Let's go. Come on. All right, and we're good. Kind of. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's go ahead and start the build up. Y'all know the deal. Sound good. We got gas. Let's go. So the light we're going to be focusing on turning off today is going to be the tire light right over here. Tired of looking at that because it's literally a different color from the rest of the dash. And then we actually ordered a new clock spring that's coming from Sac City Auto Parts. It should be here this week. That's gonna turn off the airbag light and possibly, well not possibly, hopefully, not hopefully, it should turn on my horn so that it's able to work again, along with my cruise control buttons, because obviously they no longer work because the clock spring's bad. And you can kind of hear it when I turn at times. It like creaks and like it cracks, and it actually makes turning a little bit more difficult because you can kind of feel it. So once that comes in, we'll replace it and hopefully turns off that light along with regain my functions. See if you guys can hear it. Every time I try to film it, it never does it. What the heck? And I'm also blocking traffic, so that's not good. So how I told you guys, our Fender Liner came out. I'm actually looking at it right now. I think I can see what's going on. It came out, so it kind of ripped out because of the fact that we had these fenders rolled, so it had nothing to grab onto in the top. So I'm gonna have to buy another one and figure out how to like mount it on the top. But like the one in the back is hitting against the wheel, and I can hear it when I turn, so it's kind of annoying. So we just have to figure that out sometime this week. So if you guys remember, a couple months ago, actually when we first moved out here, we came here because they mounted some tires on our wheels. I actually like it just because it's not your typical tire shop, right? It's nice and clean. Everything's organized in here. If you guys ever need some tires mounted, definitely hit them up. And we are finished. Shouts out to the boys at Next Level Tires. He actually informed me that they're doing a Cars and Coffee in the next couple weeks or so here. So we exchanged numbers. So you guys will see us back here. And he says it gets a little crazy. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to drive a ways for this light to come off, because it probably has to like go to the system. The system probably has to see that, you know, there's a sensor in those tires now. So let's drop off these wheels and then we'll drive this car. And never mind, we literally drove like maybe not even 100 feet and the light is already off on the dash. Let's go, boys. Gotta put it in gear. Shouts out to my man with the Supra. I see you. Let's go. One less light we gotta deal with. Man, it feels good having one less light on the dash. All we have to do is worry about that airbag light, which, like I said, clock spring should get here this week, and that should be off also, along with, you know, our features that we should have but we don't. And we have pulled up to Drew's house, so we're gonna go ahead and fix this fender liner because it's actually coming. I don't know, you guys probably won't be able to see, but I'm gonna have to take this wheel off. I'm trying to salvage this because I don't want it to end up like the one on top where like it completely ripped off. At least save some money, you know. So I'm gonna try to fix that right now by putting a clip in there for the meantime. But I was talking to Jew, and I'm gonna see if I can actually reach out to the shop that painted this front bumper, because as I told you guys a couple videos ago, it started peeling on me right when I was at the car wash. I don't know if it was a water or if it was just coincidence, but it actually peeled right here. And then I tried to put touch-up paint, but for some reason it like bubbled. So I'm gonna try to reach out to the shop that painted this, because I got this painted a year ago, and that happened. So once I fix that, and then obviously you get the fender liner fixed, and then we have the clock spring coming, this car would literally be perfect. So just trying to get those things going, because I'm the type of person where I kind of hate having imperfections in my car. So hopefully we can get that stuff going. But let's go ahead and jack this car up, take this wheel off, and let's see what we can do. I need to come underneath here one of these days too and check the make sure all my V-bands are still intact. Yeah. I can't do it now because it's too hot. Yeah. But
also that oil drain thing, bro.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Cause it'd be puffing on down on the side.
It'd be vaping.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. We were on the freeway and I saw it just fly out. I was like, well, there's that.
Lord. Yeah. See, so I'm gonna get a clip, put it in there for the time being, and then your man just has to buy.
Well, the good thing is it'll be fresh, though. You know, like
it makes me want to buy the other side, but.
Well, yeah, it was so therapeutic when I did this one. You know.
Yeah.
Replacing it and like it being brand new and fitting all tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Temporarily. This is temporary.
Sorry. Fixing some stuff.
I had to fix my fender liner.
What did you do?
It ripped off.
Why?
That's actually
because of race car.
Actually, yeah, I did do something.
No.
It's because so in order to fit bigger wheels in your car, you have to roll the fenders. Because what happened is you have the fender right, and then a lip goes out underneath the car right here. Right. So in order to fit wider wheels, you have to roll it. You have to roll the fender. Yeah. So you're basically tucking it.
Yeah, because there's a lip. So like when you're driving, you know, the car is kind of like bouncing, so that lip will like hit the tire. Huh?
To get the fitment. So that is the.
So it's like flush.
It's flush.
So like it's, like when you're looking at the.
Yeah. Exactly. So by doing that, so it's like this, right? So when you roll it, it kind of goes up like that, so that you don't like hit anything.
Yeah.
You need a special tool. So you got to take the tire off.
And you're doing it yourself?
No.
No. I already rolled it. So yeah, so the problem with doing that is the fender liner sits on the lip. So when you roll it, the fender liner has nothing to grab on.
I need to take Coke so I can help.
Now we have reached the part of the video where we are back working on the Z. We're back from NorCal, obviously. We went to Monterey Car Week. Now it's time to really crack down on this car. So what we have to do, we have to switch a wire inside on the ECU, the standalone, for his drive-by wire, so that we can get that set and going, and then we still have to figure out the start and the wire for the starter so that we can actually start this car. It's just two things that we have to do so far that we know of to really get this car started. So I mean, hopefully.
I don't know. I think today we'll make good progress. Not on this. I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll make good progress because we know what we need to do for the drive-by wire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and the thing too is, the starting thing is kind of simple. It's just the way that you're wanting it. Like obviously to be like OEM as possible. Yeah. That's what's gonna be, you know.
Did you explain to him like what?
I think I did last video, but I told him I was gonna leave it up to you because I know you wanted to like make a video and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
But basically, you know, with it being a swap, not the key, but you know, these cars have a push to start. The push to start is not working as far as like turning on the engine, as far as cranking it. So we have to basically run a wire off of the ignition switch. Somewhere to kind of get that working. So, but what Robert was referring to, we could basically put our own push to start kind of thing in there, like little mechanism to do that. But you know, I want it to be as OEM as possible. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to be getting in the car and flicking all these switches. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, especially on a street car.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's not like I'm not drifting. It's literally just a street car. So I just want to be able to get in, you know, turn on.
Like normal.
Yeah. That's the same thing with the whole drive-by wire. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you just run the drive-by cable setup? It'd be so much simpler. It would, but you know, I want all of my pedals to be the same way because that's the feel of the car. You know, the shift knob, the steering wheel, and the pedals, like all that is connected. You feel the car, you know. So if that's different or smaller, then it's just gonna throw everything off. So I don't know. Like I said, patience. But
which I understand, because I mean I'd be the same way. So the thing is, like, if we were to put our own button in this car, basically what he would have to do is he would have to press the ignition switch from the OEM button that came with the car, press that to turn everything on, and then he would have to press another button or flick another button separate from that button to actually crank the car. You know, so it's just, you know, it'd be better if everything was all in one. Obviously we want to do that, but you know, worst comes to worst, we can, you know,
for time being maybe, but like I said, we'll hold on, because we want to try to get it OEM. If this was a 240, we full sending it.
Yeah.
But no, it's you know, it's a little bit of a newer car, so we want it to be a little OEM. So we'll see. But yeah, I think we'll make good progress. We're gonna do this drive-by-wire. We need to basically flip one of our analogs to the TPS, and that'll basically tell the ECU to open the throttle. So we're gonna try that. And cross, man.
You guys have no, you might have an idea, because I think I filmed it when we did, but the amount of times that we had to go to that standalone and switch wires, wire this in, wire that in.
It's been a month already.
And the thing is, like I told you guys in the past, we're pretty much experts at doing the Jay-Z swaps.
Now. It's crazy though. Everything else was so much simpler when you really think about it. You know, I don't know, at least for like us, like building cars wise, like this was cake. This was cakewalk. But as far as the, you know, the wiring, for not saying it was hard, but just, you know,
it's very time consuming, and it requires a lot of brain work. A lot of brain work.
Dude, it's one wire. Just like now, one wire is off and nothing works. You know, as far as the drive-by-wire. So it's like, it's very tedious. You gotta make sure everything is to a T. And then on the tuning side, that's also another aspect of it that I'm like trying to get familiar with. You know, I'm not gonna be tuning this car, but we definitely gotta be familiar with some of the stuff. So it's crazy, but yeah.
And I agree. Yeah, definitely. We'll so to kind of give you a reference, so I think this is where your cable would sit, right? If you had a drive-by cable.
Yeah, the little, it's like a little throttle plate, and
and then like a little wheel, right?
Yeah, I'll actually have it right here.
Because as you guys know, drive-by wires, obviously what they have on like newer cars, right? So you don't have an actual cable. Like for example, the new car that you bought, the IS300, has a cable like this one.
So this is drive-by cable.
Oh, okay,
So this would sit, you know, on the throttle body, and then that thing would sit there, and there'd be like a rod in there, so it pulls it. So this would pull it. So this is drive-by cable. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just this like older technology. You know? So like with this car being newer and everything, and the car with the old engine is drive-by-wire. Like that car is drive-by-wire.
Yeah, this car is drive-by-wire.
Yeah, and also this one.
The 350Z is drive-by-wire.
So you basically, with that, you have a sensor on your pedal, you have a sensor on the ECU, and then you have a sensor on the throttle body itself. So when you push the pedal down, it actually tells the ECU to open up at however much, and then that's going to communicate to that to tell it to open up. So right now the issues we're having is the pedal is fine, it's communicating to the ECU, but it's just the ECU to the throttle body is like where the communication is lost. So we need to move a wire, and then
pray to God. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and like I said, I think we should make good progress today. And I don't know if we'll you think we'll get to the starters today?
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, because if we move the wire,
that's kind of simple, you know what I mean? Like we know what needs to be done, so that should take max like 5 minutes.
And if it works, then technically that's done, you know.
Wait, how would we be able to
test it? I know how to.
Oh, you know how to test it? See, this is what we're doing is.
Look, I'm a tuner now.
He's a tuner now.
Wait. I'll have your car not running.
Yo, that's perfect. No, that's sick. That's actually really sick that you can test it. So so we'll just go and switch that wire real quick, and then we should be able to get on the starter.
Then we could finish all that today. And my friend, he has a 2JZ in another car. He sent me a base map. So technically, he was like, you know, his car runs and idles and stuff. So he said, if we get everything working, I can use his base map to at least get it turned on.
Yeah, don't tell Danny though. I don't think you should do that. Yeah.
The only thing, the difference too with his map, he is running lower. Sorry for the washer, by the way.
Yeah, the background. That's all good.
But the only thing that's different on his map as opposed to like my setup is he has lower injectors. I think he has like 1,000 cc. I have 1,200, so they're higher. Yeah. So that's like another difference too. But,
so
if anything, we can crank it though.
I would say crank it. But the reason why I say not to do that is because we've already been going back and forth with Danny. So if you just miraculously come up with like a base map, he's gonna be like, what the, you know what I mean? And then like, what are you gonna do as far as tuning? That's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you don't need, you know, you don't need that whole being like, nah, bro, like it's bad, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like I said, we'll finish this and we'll go from there. Yeah. That's good. So to kind of explain what needs to happen, I won't be able to explain it in full detail just because it's a lot. And like I was telling you, whenever we stop working on this car and we jump back into it,
It's hard.
It always takes me a minimum of like 10-15 minutes to like jump back in it because it's just so technical. So to kind of make it simple for you guys to understand, basically this is the pedal, right? This is the wire that's coming from the pedal and it's connected to the ECU. We basically have to take one wire off of the pedal and connect it to a different wire. So for example, where is it? It's 17. So right now a wire that's coming off of the pedal is connected to analog 3. We have to take it off and move it to pin 18, which is TPS, which stands for throttle positioning sensor. So that's all we have to do is literally just move one wire to another pin, and this fool will be able to do his scientific work and see if it moves it. Hopefully it does.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
I think it will.
All right, guys. So this is a couple hours later. We're waiting on his best friend Danny to call him back.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
So he can kind of go. So basically, we did what we had to do with the wire, right? With the whole drive-by-wire stuff. Now we're just waiting on Danny because we're seeing if he can kind of go into settings and switch something so that we can kind of test it. Because we tried doing it ourselves, but he couldn't find a setting to switch what he needed to switch. So we're having Danny try to remote in and see if he can do it. So we're waiting on him so he can call us back and do that. In the meantime, I want to show you guys this fool's horn because it's not supposed to sound like this. I don't understand why. Did you ever change it? You changed it, huh?
No, remember, it's I just don't have the other horn because you know how cars come with 2 horns.
No, but still, it shouldn't sound like that.
I promise.
What? Mine doesn't sound like that.
You have 2 horns.
That don't mean nothing. So you're saying that 2 horns come together to make a deeper sound?
Yeah.
No way.
I promise.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's see. I got my keys right here. Listen to mine.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, honk yours. Where's your key at? No. Your key from your key.
It's not gonna do it because the door's open.
Well, just close the pin. It's not gonna do anything because you're try it. Maybe your hood too, but
no, the hood. No.
I don't know, sir.
In theory, right now, from my understanding, Terminal 1 is what you have going into Analog 3. Am I right?
No, I mean, yeah, it's weird. No, I guess what I have written down, I have actually terminal 1 going to pin 31. That's what I have written down.
What?
So that would be analog 1. That's what I have written down here.
Okay. If you have... Okay. So what you're telling me is that you wired your pedal, but that doesn't make sense because your pedal, Terminal 1 on your pedal and Terminal 3 on your pedal should be going to Analog 3 and 6.
Yeah, 3 and 6, and then what I have 4, which is this one, this is 2, yeah. Yeah, what I have written down, I have pin 31, which is analog 1, right? And then I have, for the other one, I have pin
31 should be coming from your drive-by-wire motor, your throttle blade itself. Not your pedal. Because when you move your pedal right now,
yeah.
I'm seeing analog 3 and 6 moving together, which tells me that your pedal right now is wired to analog 3 and 6, which is fine. But what we need to do is we need to get your pedal, analog 3, to go, instead of going into analog 3, it needs to go into TPS pin. Does that make sense?
Okay, so just depinning the 2 and then putting the 17 into 18. Because, yeah.
But what I need to find out, what we need to find out is, what the hell is in TPS in right now?
And this is where I'm gonna end this video. Unfortunately, things on Juice Car didn't work out as planned tonight, so we will be picking it back up another day, which will be tomorrow. Just kind of wanted to come over here, sometimes I just like to drive this car and honestly just kind of get out and enjoy it, to be honest. This car's been running solid for a year straight, so very grateful for that. So again, I'm gonna be calling tomorrow about that front bumper. Hopefully they can help me out with that. We just got to get a new fender liner, pretty much the whole fender liner on the passenger side, and that is pretty much it for this car. Oh, of course, then we have to change our clock spring once we get that. I'm actually really excited about that because I want to do a high boost pull. It's been a minute. Been stuck on low boost for a minute now. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end today's video. I appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out, stay safe, and stay tuned.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all